She called the cops 7 times in 1 hour, her voice shrill with righteous fury. All because my wife wouldn't open our door to a woman with no right to be there. That was Patricia Vance, the HOA president, who fancied herself the Queen of Cedar Grove, Texas, but she picked the wrong house to bully because the woman she was trying to intimidate was the county's new police chief, my wife. When that door finally swung open, badge gleaming, Patricia froze, her smugness evaporating like mist under a Texas sun. That moment wasn't the end. It was the spark that ignited a firestorm, exposing a conspiracy of fake property lines, millions, and fraud, and a criminal network spanning 17 neighborhoods. Now, as I sit in a courtroom watching Patricia point at me, screaming, "She destroyed my life," to a stone-faced judge, I can't help but marvel at how a single morning unraveled everything she'd built. My name's Ethan Harper, a freelance architect who spends most days sketching dream homes in a faded t-shirt. My wife, Lauren, had just started as police chief 2 weeks earlier, and that Tuesday she'd left early for a meeting with the mayor. I was knee-deep in blueprints when the doorbell rang with an impatient buzz that screamed trouble. Through the peephole I saw Patricia, her crisp blazer and perfect hair, a stark contrast to the fury in her eyes. Behind her stood a locksmith, toolbox, and hand a red flag if ever I saw one. I cracked the door, chain lock engaged. "Can I help you, Mrs. Vance?" Her face hardened into that official tone she used to count neighbors. "Mr. Harper, I'm here on urgent HOA business. Your property is in violation, and I require immediate access for an emergency inspection to ensure community safety." The locksmith shifted, avoiding my gaze. Something was off. "What violations?" I asked, baffled. Our house was pristine, a model of upkeep. Patricia brandished a thick folder of documents, unauthorized modifications, improper storage, zoning breaches, and unpermitted structures. She snapped, "Per Section 52C of the revised HOA bylaws, I have authority to inspect when violations threaten standards." I'd studied our HOA agreement while designing neighbors' renovations. There was no Section 52C. She was lying. "Mrs. Vince, there's a mistake. We've made no changes needing permits. Let's schedule a proper meeting." When Lauren's home, her mask slipped, rage flashing. "Your wife?" She spat. "She's dodged my calls and ignored HOA notices for weeks. This defiance is poisoning our community." She turned to the locksmith. "Proceed with the lock change." He hesitated. "Ma'am, I need homeowner consent or a court order." Patricia's voice turned venomous. "Are you defying me? I'm the elected HOA president protecting this neighborhood." She whipped out her phone. "If you won't comply, I'll call the police for obstructing official business." I stayed calm. "Call them if you think there's a crime, but no one's entering without legal authority." To the locksmith, I added, "Changing my locks without permission is illegal." He packed up, muttering, "This ain't right," and left. Patricia lost it, screaming, "You outsiders think you can ignore our rules. I've handled your kind before. People who steal what's ours." Shaking, she dialed 911, ranting about threats. I didn't know then about the 6 families she terrorized, the forged documents, or the millions at stake. I just wondered how I'd explain this to Lauren. Across the street, Agnes Wheeler, our 70-year-old neighbor, watched, recording everything. 20 minutes later, a police cruiser rolled up. Patricia paced my lawn, loudly spinning her victim tale to HOA allies on her phone. 2 officers, Officer Daniels, fresh-faced, and Officer Lynn, slightly seasoned, approached. Patricia launched into her act. "Officers, thank God. I've been threatened by the man in that house for doing my legal HOA duties. He's violent, and I fear for my safety." She dabbed fake tears with a tissue. "A performance worthy of an Oscar." I stepped out. "Officers, I'm Ethan Harper." "Mrs. Vance demanded entry with a locksmith claiming fake inspection powers. When I refused, she got aggressive and called you." Daniels asked for my ID hand on his radio. Then Agnes strode over, her voice sharp. "Officers, I saw everything from my window. Patricia's been harassing families for months with these tactics. Last week, she tried this on the Parkers, bringing strangers to their door." Patricia's face rained. "Mrs. Wheeler, you're mistaken. This is official business." Agnes held up her phone. I recorded it all, trying to force entry, her threats, everything. Officer Lynn perked up. "Ma'am, we'd like to see that video." Patricia snapped. This is harassment. You can't trust some old woman over an elected leader. Agnes's eyes narrowed. I was designing homes before you were born, Patricia. I know bullying when I see it. The tension spiked when Lauren's voice cut through. What's happening here? Home early. She stood in her chief's uniform, badge shining. The officers snapped to attention. Patricia's jaw dropped. Chief Harper Daniel stammered. We got a call about a disturbance. Mrs. Vance claims obstruction of HOA business. Lauren fixed Patricia with a steely gaze. Explain what authority lets you force your way into my home. Patricia floundered. Chief, you know community standards matter. As HOA president, I enforce compliance. Your marriage to this man is a conflict of interest. I demand outside officers. She pulled out her phone recording. I'm being intimidated by a corrupt chief shielding her criminal husband. This is what's ruining our communities. Agnes stepped closer. Officers, Patricia's driven out 6 families. With these games, the Parkers, the Lopezes, the elderly Thompsons, Patricia's live stream faltered as Lauren stayed calm. File your complaints through proper channels. Mrs. Vince, this is over. The office left. But Patricia's eyes gleamed with calculation. This was just the start. Within an hour, her video exploded online: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, titled, "Corrupt Police Chief Threatens Innocent Homeowner," edited to paint Patricia as a saint and Lauren as a tyrant. It racked up thousands of views. Comments raged. Police protecting their own. From Freedom Fighter 22, follow the money from truth, now 2025. But cracks appeared. Patricia tried this on us last year, posted Sarah Clen, a neighbor. She claimed our fence was illegal. She's a bully. Agnes posted her unedited video narrating. As an architect who helped draft our HOA rules, I confirmed no such inspection powers exist. This is harassment. Her post went viral, shifting the narrative. Patricia countered with an emergency safety meeting at the community center. Her flyers, screaming, "Stop police corruption." She packed the room with loyalists railing, "We won't let lawlessness destroy our neighborhood." But Agnes had prepared. Standing with a folder, she detailed Patricia's victims, the Parkers, forced to sell over fake violations, the Lopezes, harassed over their mailbox color, the Thompsons bled dry by legal fees. Murmurs grew as neighbor Javier Morales added, "She came to my house with that locksmith." Same lies. Patricia shouted, "They're manipulating you to hide corruption. I have proof of their crimes." Storming out, she vowed to expose us. Agnes grabbed my arm outside. "Ethan, this is bigger than harassment. I found something in the property records." Next morning, Agnes' dining table was a war room of maps and documents. Patricia's running a fraud scheme, she said, laying out a 1995 neighborhood plat I'd helped design. Overlays showed property lines shifting by 2025, benefiting Patricia and her allies. Her lot had grown by half an acre, swallowing community land. Lauren's eyes narrowed. Who approved these? Agnes produced hidden meeting minutes, notices buried in obscure places to avoid scrutiny. Patricia's held secret HOA meetings for years, redrawing boundaries. Bank records revealed Summit really tied to Patricia's ex-husband, Victor Vance, buying distressed properties cheap, flipping them for profit. A surveyor's report chilled me. Patricia wanted my father's original plans, the only proof of true boundaries. Lauren reached for her phone. This is RICO-level fraud. Agnes stopped her, showing an FBI card from Agent Carlo Ortiz. The FBI's been investigating Summit really across 17 communities. They needed boundary proof. I've been their informant. Car door slammed outside. Patricia approached with 2 suited men, her demeanor cold, calculated. "She knows we're on to her," Agnes whispered. The doorbell rang, calm but menacing. Patricia's voice control. "Mrs. Wheeler, we need to discuss your research." In Agnes' living room, Patricia dropped her HOA act. Flanked by legal reps from Summit, she said, "Mrs. Wheeler, your unauthorized research violates privacy laws." "Mr. Lawson, one suit, read from a tablet. We have evidence of illegal access and conspiracy." Lauren bristled, but Mr. Tate cut in. "Chief, this is federal jurisdiction." Patricia smiled venomously. "Agnes, dear, drop your little project. It's beyond you." Agnes snapped. "I know you're defrauding families, Patricia." Fury flashed in Patricia's Eyes, you fool. This spans 5 states with people you can't touch. Lauren's phone rang. Agent Ortiz. Urgent. Your location's compromised. Evacuate. The suits exchanged glances. Patricia faltered. As they left, she shouted, "They'll kill me if I don't deliver." Black SUVs screeched up as we fled through backyards. Patricia's words echoed. 20 years I built this. They owe me now. Safe houses and FBI briefings followed. Ortiz revealed a mole, Agent Hayes, had tipped off Summit. Their network targeted suburbs nationwide, but Agnes' evidence was inadmissible due to illegal surveillance. Lauren faced suspension for conflict of interest. Patricia vanished, her house empty. Defeated, we sat in our living room when my phone rang. "Ethan, it's Lucas Vance," Patricia's son, a shaky voice said. "I've been working with the FBI recording her crimes. She tried to kill me when she found out." At a diner, Lucas, bruised and bandaged, played recordings of Patricia plotting fraud and permanent solutions. Summit was one of dozens of shells under. Vincent Russo, targeting suburbs for 15 years. Lucas hadn't turned over the tapes, fearing another mole. 3 days earlier, Patricia and Russ's men attacked him, missing his cloud backups. A chilling tape had Patricia ordering a scorched earth plan to kill 7 witnesses, including us. She'd killed Victor, not drowned accidentally, to silence his exposure of the fraud. My phone buzzed. Agnes texted. "They cut my power. Men outside. Don't come home." Lucas pawed. Rodriguez's data stage crash. SUVs surrounded the diner. Patricia's recorded words haunted me. "No witnesses. No problem." Then floodlights blazed. FBI tactical unit swarmed, led by Agent Emily Chin. "Lucas, you're safe," she said. "We tracked your cloud server." Rodriguez faked his death to flush out Hayes. Russo was cuffed outside. Patricia, dragged from an SUV, screaming at Lucas, "You ruined everything I built for us." Lucas replied, "You stole it. All, Mum." The trial, 6 months later, packed the courthouse with victims from 17 communities. Lucas's recordings buried Patricia. 32 felony counts, including Victor's murder. She got life without parole. Russ's network collapsed at 45 arrests, $15 million recovered. Lauren was reinstated with honors. Agnes became a fraud-fighting advocate. And Lucas helped victims reclaim homes. Our community garden on Patricia's old lot symbolized unity. Her scheme thrived on fear, but neighbors, led by an architect, a chief, and a brave son, proved courage could dismantle empires. Yet, as we savor quiet evenings, an unexpected knock still makes us flinch, wondering who else might be out.